Going on, everyone? Sammy bringing you back in our video. And before I start this video, please excuse the way I talk because I have retainers on and therefore I may not talk correctly at times. Secondly, I'm excited to make this video because this is the Senate map for next year's presidential year. And next year is the federal election year. So yeah, let's get this started. So this is the Class 1 United States Senate map. Hopefully I'm not wrong, but this is pretty much the Class 1 map for the United States Senate. And just a quick lesson, a quick history or government lesson, depending how you want to call this. The United States Senate is actually divided in three classes: Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3. And if I'm correct, this is the Class 1 map that will come up in next year's presidential election. So that being said, let's go to last year's result, so that way we'll know what will come up for next year. Right here, this is the 2022 Senate result. Quite frankly, it was not a good year for Republicans because Pennsylvania flipped from Republican to Democrat, and this is because the Republican incumbent during the time, Pat Toomey, retired, and thus it was an open seat election between John Fetterman, the Democrat, and the Republican, Dr. Oz. Fetterman won by like a 5-point margin, so this is why the Democrats went from a 50-50 Senate majority with Kamala Harris as a tie-breaking vote to a 51-49 outright majority. And this is the first time the Democrats have had an outright majority since President Obama, actually. So let's go back to next year's map and let's get this started. All right. Let's start with what states that are guaranteed to be blue or Democrat. So Washington, California, Hawaii, what else? New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Virginia, I would say like that. New York is definitely blue. Vermont. And I think there's the VP option too. But actually, I was just playing around with that for a couple of seconds. But anyways. Oh, crap. My apologies about California. Now we're going to go to the states that are guaranteed to be Republican. Wyoming, Utah, Texas. I would say Texas like that. Oh, I forgot Minnesota on the side of the Democrats. And Maine as well. No, that's not what I meant. Now we're talking here. All right. Missouri, Tennessee, Mississippi, Florida, Indiana, North Dakota, Nebraska, and that special election over there. Oh, and the reason why Nebraska is having a special election along with the regular general election, and this is because Ben Sasse retired from the United States Senate, or I should say resigned from the United States Senate to take on a professor gig over, I forgot which college. I know it was a Florida school. So I don't want to say anything wrong in this video, but Pete Ricketts was the governor of Nebraska that literally just got appointed to that Senate seat earlier this year, and that's why the special election is there, because that determines who will finish Ben Sasse's term. That literally is not expired yet. So, and this is because Ben Sasse was reelected in 2020. So, as I said, this special election will determine who will get to finish Ben Sass's term. Anyways, now, New Mexico is Democrat as well. I hope I'm not missing anything after that. But anyways, I left out the battleground states and also the 3 Republican Senate seats that are held, Republican states that have Senate seats that are being held by the Democrats. West Virginia is being held by Joe Manchin. Ohio is being held by Sherrod Brown. And Montana is being held by John Tester. And my apologies about the breathing, heavy breathing and all that. I was just a bit tired lately, so bear with me. So let's go to a scenario where Republicans, and by the way, this is the reason why Republicans had a disastrous year last year, when they barely took the House of Representatives and did not get a chance to retake the Senate last year. And this was due to the Dobbs decision to overturn Roe v. Wade during the summer of last year. So let's say if they nominate stupid candidates, and I'll show you examples later. Let's say they nominate stupid candidates. Let's say Michigan. Michigan may well go like this. Wisconsin, same deal. Stabeno's retiring, but Stabeno over at Michigan is retiring. But, however, again, we're in a scenario where Republicans nominate stupid candidates, like last year. Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, I would say tilt blue. West Virginia, Montana, Pennsylvania. I was going to have Pennsylvania go like this, and this was due to Doug Mastriano deciding if he should run or not. And this is if he decided to run. Now that Mastriano decided not to run, Dave McCormick is likely to get the Republican nomination for that Senate seat in Pennsylvania. So for now, I would say tilt blue. So I have 2 more battleground states. 49 Democrat, 49 Republicans in this Senate in total. Nevada. I cannot stress this enough with Nevada or Arizona. And I want to show you why I cannot stress enough with Arizona. This is because Arizona had a gubernatorial election that involved Kari Lake and Katie Hobbs. Katie Hobbs won by a narrow margin. And once that happened, Kari Lake went out talking about 2020 all over again. And you already know what. You already know what Kari Lake has been ranting about. She's been ranting about quote-unquote rigged election. So, if we nominate somebody like that, actually, Arizona may well tilt blue. And this is because the incumbent over there is Kirsten Sinema. But she left the Democratic Party to become an independent. But she caucuses with the Democrats, though. So that's why I would say Arizona, tilt blue. Nevada, like that. So with this map, the Democrats may well, the Democrats may well have a 59, my apologies, 51 to 49 Senate. And again, this is if my apologies. This is if Republicans nominate stupid candidates once again, just like last year. Now, hold on. I want to go to a scenario where Republicans nominate smarter candidates. And candidates who do not rant about election fraud 24/7, 365, from the election result to the year after that, or I should say, I don't know. I don't know how to say this correctly, but you know what I mean. A long time. And we cannot have candidates who get whooped in a 15-point margin. And what I mean by that is if any party nominate a candidate like that, then they're going to get whooped in a 15-point margin. Now, if the Republicans nominate smarter candidates, we would probably have West Virginia tilt red, Ohio, and Montana. Pennsylvania will probably tilt red with Dave McCormick. Michigan, I would say tilt red. Oh my gosh, I actually forgot Minnesota for some reason. And Nevada and Arizona. This is actually, wait, did I? No, I'm not saying this correctly. Yeah, hold on. This is, I want to leave those out for now. Leave those out. Okay, at least Dave McCormick is likely to win. And now we're, like, what I mean by that, we're in a scenario where Republicans nominate smarter candidates. And I don't want it to seem like Republicans are whooping Democrats, which they kind of have a shot at doing that, no offense. And this is due to how bad the economy is, how bad the crime rates have been going, and most importantly, how bad the foreign policy has been going. So, that being said, I'm going to try to, Arizona will probably tilt red because it's a potential three-way race as of right now. Nevada, I'll probably say tilt blue. Now, the two states that are left are Michigan and Wisconsin. Michigan, if we nominate somebody smarter, like I said in this scenario, it may well tilt red. And Wisconsin will probably tilt blue. Under that scenario, the Republicans will hold a 55 to 45 Senate majority. And the VP will not matter because it's not like a 50-50 Senate back in the 117th United States Congress. So, I've given you two scenarios. The first one being if Republicans nominate stupid candidates. The second, if Republicans nominated smarter candidates. So, what I mean by stupid candidates, I mean Republicans nominating somebody like Doug Mastriano getting whooped by, a 15-point margin? And Kari Lake acting like Donald Trump, ranting about rigged elections every day since the election result was set. So, this is my prediction. This is if Republicans nominate smarter candidates. So, this is all I have for right now. And I'll make another video like this in the near future should anything changes. But for right now, I'm just trying to base everything off the polls. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I've done my best. And I did before making this video, of course I did research before making this, because obviously I'm not going to go around saying Pennsylvania is fully red, Wisconsin's fully red. I'm not going to go around saying that. So, yeah. And actually, one more thing. If Republicans nominate, let's say, Mark Lamb, he's a sheriff over at a county in Arizona, very Trump-like. Arizona may tilt blue, actually. That's if Mark Lamb wins the nomination. So let's say West Virginia, Ohio, and Montana got smarter Republican candidates. Michigan, because Stabeno's retiring, and that's why I put it tilt red. And I put tilt blue because Tammy Baldwin is the incumbent, and incumbents tend to have the advantage over the challenger, depending if the incumbents have scandals. And unfortunately, depending on the state, incumbent senators or politicians get away with a good chunk of those things. Pennsylvania, because Dave McCormick is likely to be the Republican nominee. And he's actually a lot smarter than this guy right here, Doug Mastriano. So, that being said, this is my final verdict of the prediction video for June 20th, 2023. So, I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope I don't have to make any last second changes. So, I will see y'all in the next one.